Oh, so we're back, and let's see. Alliance Limp on that Prophet, Ori playing the Pugna. Which one will pull ahead in the mid lane? Pugna definitely, uh, definitely easier to play there, as you don't need that ulti to pressure the tower. You just continuously blast it. And if you're that Prophet, you're usually a kind of a hero that likes to take control there, wants to be the one that pressures, but you can't really do that versus Pugna. Also, a good hero because of the Decrepify versus Jug versus Legion Commanders duel.
They're also both pace setters, right? But the thing that I see different here is I like Dev Prophet a lot more as the game goes on, because we've seen a lot of these one carry drafts. The ones that tend to work out nicely are the ones that have good buffers, right? But you've got a Centaur on the offlane. He'll give you the movement speed. He's not going to be able to do a Solar Crest, so he's not buffing you up. The support can heal you, but it's all damage, right? So you have to deliver. You have to burst someone down quickly, or I feel like just Alliance takes late game fights here.
Definitely. But you can burst them down.
Most
You have
definitely.
Lion, you have Pugna, you have Decrepify with the finger, you have Fatal Bonds, you have Rock, you have everything. You just need to play properly in these team fights, and let's see if they can properly take down Centaur, as he's skewered up by Hanskin so well.
And that is a poor little horsey going back to the glue factory.
Man, Hanskin, I love that play. There's a reason why this guy is like top 3 EU at the moment. Let's see.
Hey, he's top 2, I think.
I have him in friendlies.
He's usually in top 2.
Let's see.
In fact, a lot of the time he's been at #1 spot.
Previous rank immortal. It's bugging out for me. I can't see his.
That's all right.
Sadly, I can't see his rank. Previous rank immortal, current rank immortal. But he has won last 10 games or something. He lost 1 out of 15 games. Pretty good performance in pubs by him at least. And they will start with the trial lane on the bottom lane. We will have Hanskin, we will have Fata, and we will have Jug here. They should most likely go and help 3-3 eventually, but right now it seems we will start with the trial-in on trial-in.
Yeah, that's pretty potent for Alliance here. You got the Inkswell combos and hands
You have
completely set up
Inkswell,
each
you
time.
have Skewer. If one of these targets gets Skewered back, they can most certainly take them down with the spin.
And 5-3 is content in a one-on-one. While Jara is quick, he's got short range and not much damage to work with, so you can assert dominance.
That's why they rotate top instantly. That's why Lion goes top, because 33 would destroy him here. Like alone, you can't lane. Not this early on, at least.
Most definitely. And now they're going to need to get 33 some assistance soon. I mean, he's got the south for now, but you go for a kill and then you have to rotate here. Just feels awkward because a Magnus doesn't necessarily do too much with a Legion in that lane, right? It's a very hard one to aggress back towards, especially when it's a line you're up against.
Magnus doesn't do a whole lot as position 4 with any lane. It's just the nature of the hero. He just he's good at.
He's a buff boy. He's just there
He's
for
a
later.
buff boy. He's much better on safe lanes than on off lanes, because on safe lane, if they're pushing in, you have so many different angles to skewer someone into the tower. It's all about the equilibrium and where the lane is played. So, because of that, they're keeping Hanskin here on the bottom lane with Nico Baby.
Does mean 33 has to play a little bit more defensive, but the creeps will slowly get close to his tower. So they'll eventually get the XP to make up for it. They do need to start making something happen. The longer you commit these 3 heroes down here without doing anything, the more it begins to backfire. Especially when you consider the nature of Magnus. Like, it's not just a greedy support because it doesn't do too much in the laning phase. It's also, it needs a lot of XP to get you that empowered to justify it in the support role. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, not too bad. Limp is already building a slight lead. Usually you see Pugnas pull ahead a little bit because of the Decrepify, but obviously Limp, he does have the Crypt Swarms.
Yeah, you have the Crypt Swarm to work against that, so it's never truly a big problem. And as levels pass by, Ori will be trying to push in with his Nether Blast, but always Limp will be able to just Crypt Swarm the creeps away.
Definitely feels like the stronger of the 2 heroes when it comes to who's going to farm up, right? Because Ori, it's harder for Pugna to go into the jungle and just supplement your farm. It maybe takes a little bit longer.
You don't want to do that as a Pugna.
No,
You
you want to
really
poke the tower.
Like, it's possible, you can, but you want to be poking the tower all the time. And it is easier for Ori to poke the tower. It is easier for him to push in. When it comes to mana usage, when it comes to amount of resources that he has to invest into pushing, it's much easier for little Skelly boy to start nibbling at the mid-tier 1 than it is for Limp, as he needs to get that 6 first. And even when you get 6, most likely you don't take that ulti. You continue
Usually
playing
do.
Yeah.
For kills, right? Which they just tried for one in the bot lane, but Xiao Yu did get away with the stomp. Alliance not really getting too much value out of this tri lane so far. And they're not slowing down Xiao Yu. 15-1 on the CS. Something might have to switch up soon, because 33, he's suffering here. 6-3 when it comes to CS in this game.
I mean, they're playing this Magnus support, and when you're playing that Magnus support, usually it's your offlane that suffers the most, as he doesn't have a true position 4 that can help him bully the enemy safe laner or the support that's constantly harassing him. But you can see that they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Hansken fails that pull. It's not really the easiest one for him to make as his melee. Could have timed it a bit better, but yeah, still. It's possible that it fails no matter what you do.
Yeah, it's a little bit more awkward.
But they're putting all their eggs in one basket, and that basket is Jug. You want him to pop off. You want this guy to annihilate ViCi Gaming. And the way he will be able to do it is by farming a lot.
Farming heroes.
Farming Warlock, perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like he's out of it. No way he can escape this. He just throws out the Shadow Word, gives a little bit of heal in the center.
Yeah.
He does have the max out Retaliate. This feels frustrating though when you're a center. You're like, okay, I have all this right-click damage, but I have a support that doesn't give me any control.
Exactly. I'm surprised Warlock stayed bottom instead of Lion. If Warlock went top, they wouldn't have as much kill potential on the LC, but they would have a lot better lane on the bottom lane. But because they're playing a tri lane, they decide to put Warlock there as he's more passive, but you're versus a tri lane, so you most likely won't even have a kill potential with Lion. So it is smarter to have the DY there. DY.
And in the meantime, PYW, he's just trying to cause any nuisance he can for 33, because this is the other thing. He needs to get some down the map, and he moves towards Limp instead. Sees the opportunity, but the Spirit Siphon does come out.
Suck out, yeah.
And they have to leave him. They rotate both supports for that. They're not even going to get much tower pressure in. The catapult was coming in, but the creep wave's not dying quicker with them.
Let's see. Ori is sticking around. He has the crab. Limp has to be careful. Oh.
Nah, he's got the one. He's got the Fairy Fire. He's not risking it.
How would you pronounce Lion's nickname?
Leon?
Nickname.
Nickname. PYW.
PYW.
Peewa.
That's it.
Peewa.
Peewee.
Paiwa.
Pive. Alright.
Paiwa.
3-3 gets that haste, snatches it away from Lion.
Pew. It's like it's a cute way of saying pew.
Okay,
There you go. We'll call him PYW though. Or PY. W always feels like a weird letter to say.
Xiao Yu just continues to farm on the bottom lane. And when it comes to CS, he's at the same level as Limp's Dead Prophet, 30 CS, doing pretty good for an offlaner. Hasn't really been pressured way too hard. Actually has only 3 CS behind Nico Baby, so that Warlock dual lane definitely did work out for them. Centaur is such a difficult hero to kill, but 3-3 maybe
top 33, he's not so hard to kill. They rotate. Limp arrives with the Exorcism though. He's chasing the Ori, who will just TP out, and he doesn't have the damage to kill him off.
Exorcism for what, Limp? For what?
Farming catapults. Maybe getting a little bit of chip damage in. I mean, we usually see this rotation towards the top, but when you pop the Exorcism that early, it feels really awkward.
He forces them away at least, so that's something, you know, it's not too horrible. And he will be able to farm around here a little bit. It's pretty cool. But overall, it's not really the Exorcism that you wanted to use.
No.
If you use that, you want to take an objective. However, I told you before, on level 6 you usually don't even have it, you don't even take it, so not a big deal. But a big deal is that he wasted a lot of his time, and 33 died anyway.
They've given 33 an easier lane now. It looks like Juggernaut's going to spend a bit of time in the jungle as he's got a few stacks to attend to. But it's only a level 1 in power, so it's not the quickest rate of farm for Nico Baby. Maybe quick enough.
It's quick enough. He has another set of stacks to work through. And he has that Blade Fury, so he will farm. Meanwhile, though, Pagna is pressuring bottom end 33.
Life Drain. 33 has the press the attack, though, moving away.
Oh.
Xiao Yu still chasing. Shadow is going to keep him healthy. Reinforce coming in. Inkswell. Nope, he won't be able to make it pop in time, though. And now Zhao Yu does retaliate. Running farther. Traps himself in the corner. The silence is going to come out, but it won't change the outcome. It will at least maybe ensure Zhao Yu goes down, but the Stampede gets him out in time. Hanskin misses the skewer.
When you kill everyone, you usually do get enough for that.
And Lim.
Why? Why is it?
But Hanskin?
You're dead, my friend. You don't go into Ori.
All right, Lim, come on, you can do this. It's just one little burst through. The Fairy Fire gets away as well. There's the opening flash, but he's going to chase him. Got the Greppa 5, but the spin's there afterwards. Nico Pavey role-playing a Beyblade should be able to get 2 here. Nope, gets out.
It's actually interesting that DY didn't try to go and take that Omni Slash away. Maybe he could have saved his midder, Ori. But overall, a lot of pressure has been made on the Tier 1. They've suffered some consequences, but I believe the one that's super happy about is Eurus on his gyrocopter, as he's just continued farming. No one has pressured him at all. Meanwhile, and he's also about to take the Tier 1 on the top lane. So, strategically, ViCi Gaming had a small victory there.
It's almost like Alliance don't realize there's a lane anymore. It's just become untenable. So, they just stick their head in the sand. It's like, what off lane? There's no such lane for us. Gyrocopter? What is that, a hero? Where do we find him? You'll probably find him in 20 minutes, pretty stacked on the gold.
They don't really care about him. They could go and try to take him down, but most likely they would fail, as they lacked everything that they need for it. And at the same time, you have a jug with Magnus, so you're completely capable of out farming him. The problem is ViCi Gaming. They're slowly taking map control. The Centaur on the bottom lane with Retaliate, he destroyed them in that last fight. And he even got from level 5 to level 6 with Stampede to save himself. And now he's pressuring your tier 2.
He's got the Retaliate stacks. Lim's going to come down, but it's too late to do anything about this. He was actually moving around top as if they wanted to push for the tower, but instead he backs off. And that's just more room for Furious to keep farming.
And for Ori to pressure mid, because if you rotate your Death Prophet towards the bottom lane and you show her, and you appear in front of the creeps, it instantly means that you can pressure mid if you are ViCi Gaming, and that's what they're doing. They're just reacting to the way...
Play free. There's going to be a Stampede to get them out. The stun hits onto the Sentai. He's thinking about dueling, but 33 will he go for it now? He will. Drags him in, ensures that Zhao Yu does go down, and 33 gets the first duel win of the game.
He could have ran there with Centaur. Like, there was definitely a way for him to get out. He was just a little bit reluctant. He was moving back and forth, like, where do I go? Where do I run?
He was paranoid about Orin if Pug
he was like, I can't really decide where to go, and in the end he went to his death, went to the fountain to
contemplate,
think about his mistakes. Think about these insecurities that make him run back and forth instead of choosing one path and going at it. Well, it's always bad in this game, in the game of Dota, it's always bad to like think twice when you're about to use a big spell.
It's definitely 33.
That's how Loda spheres are born, you know? Second thoughts.
Envy bubbles, I like to call them now after yesterday. Cooldown comes in. 33 being chased onto, but he has the speed with the 0-1 odds. The problem is they get close enough for the gyro to bring him down. Did you use the rock?
By the way, big shout out to Loda, who's probably watching this game. I don't mean anything bad, man. Love you. No, but for real, I actually heard that he's not really coaching this new Alliance squad as much as he did coach the last one.
No, I got confirmation from the Alliance guys. He said he will step in later, but he wants them to find their style first.
That's a pretty great approach.
Hanskin, RP, connects on the 2, signs them up as well. Trying to run them through him. Stun's going to come out. Stomp follow up as well. They're going to leash them together with the Soulbind, and Limp's going to look to chase in with the Inkswell. Stun for the 1, Omni Slash across, and they'll be able to get the 2, and another duel win for 33.
Yeah, Limp gets a double kill there, and Alliance, they're definitely punishing the aggression from ViCi Gaming. After that rock is dropped, you just have to approach the next fights a little bit differently. If you're ViCi Gaming, they continue trying to make plays there, just like Ori is continuing to pressure this mid lane, but he can because he has haste.
Most definitely. And at the same time, Gyro just moves to the bot lane, says, wherever you go, I will not be. I'm going to sustain this gold lead, and you can already see the stacks that are happening on the 8th.
It's the best area for him to be, this bottom lane, because Pagna is always drawing attention to himself on this mid lane. and he's pressuring the tier 2. Just look at the tier 2 on mid. It's already on, like, what, 20%, 15% HP? It's a pretty bad position to be in.
And meanwhile, now you'll just see the Gyro move back towards his own triangle and begin the farm, as there's some nice stacks waiting for Eurus.
Yeah, they created quite a lot of stacks for him. The ancient stacks and the normal ones are there, so the UI is going to be there too to soak up some experience, perhaps use Fatal Bonds. Yeah, there we go. So it's a little bit easier for Gyro to farm. Actually leaves the whole amount of experience to Gyro, just uses Fatal Bonds and moves away. Very, very noble from Warlock.
Important that you get those early leveled ups to the Gyro. It's a hero that thrives on the magic damage, especially at level 15 talent with the Rocket Barrage. The quicker you get him there, the quicker you can farm against anything. And the question is, can 33 end up with a pipe before you get to that point and before that becomes a problem? Because pipe is huge this game for Alliance.
Definitely, if pipe is big, you have a lot of magic damage versus you. Pipe is good on the other team too, even though it doesn't look like massive of a thing. It's alright, someone could get it.
It stops Limp from destroying you early on.
But I do like the option to go for Crimson instead. I think it's much better. The Crimson Guard will help them quite a lot, and it's a more natural build for the Centaur.
Yes. Like, Alliances line up, they move further away from magic and more into physical as the game goes on, right? Like, you've got this Juggernaut, you've got this DP who's going to have those pesky Exorcism spirits going around, and you've got a dead fighter.
You have a dead Fata and you have Ori, a dead little skeleton boy attacking your tier 2.
Undead is the correct term, Liz. And his team is going to make someone dead. Limp will go for the TP out in time, though. Wise to the moves.
Just really good TP away from him. Towards that mid-tier 2, though. Mid-tier 2 that will fall to the Soul Centaur.
Yeah, he had to back off because the home missile's coming in.
Exactly, good read. If he stays there and he gets hit by the missile, perhaps he gets followed up by Lion and Centaur, so he couldn't risk it, he moves back. Meanwhile, Jug takes the top bounty. He has drums, Raid Band moving towards Yasha. SMY build, actually. He needs that. He needs as much status resistance as possible in this game.
And he has the diff who can play on Nico Baby.
He has quite a lot, and courtesy of Hansken and his Empower.
I like that little move there as well, the way he just cut the tree, because he wants to keep farming right, but every corner you turn at night time in here, there could be a pesky lion waiting around the corner. So just minimize that risk by making sure you deforest.
Actually surprised they didn't try to utilize Lion and his finger to catch off Nico Baby. But so far Nico Baby has been on point with his movement, and this lane ward, like, look at that. It allows him to move back instantly after Lion is spotted, and he goes back to farm in a little bit more of a safer area.
Definitely not your usual position, but this is the kind of thing that I've been excited to see, Liz. You know, Fada coming into the POS 5 role, he brings a different style, and even in his warding, like, when they first started playing, they were so confident they were barely placing wards. And then he started to place these kind of, some people say abnormal,
they
but
weren't
unlike
confident. He was just a core player that forgets to buy wards, you know, like...
That's confidence. That's what your players say.
Even when he buys wards, he forgets to place them. That's the problem. That's the bane of being a core player.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be in the mid lane, looking for a play under Xiao Yu. The pings are coming out. They're going to drag him back. No, they get the duel off before he can get away with the Stampede. The Rock's going to be dropped as well, and the Failed Bond's going around. Nico Baby moves across the creep wave, trying to come back. The Stomp's going to be held. Now they'll turn around on Legion. With the finger will bring him down. Cooldown to slow them down, but Fada's already TPing away. And the rest of them will make it out. And that's the power of having a tier 1 tower at the 16-minute mark still in the mid lane.
That's the power of having a tier 1 tower, but if you are ViCi Gaming, you need to take something off of Alliance immediately. You need to take some sort of an objective or map control, because you just used your Rock, you just used Stampede. The only hero that you did take down is Legion Commander. I'm not saying that it's a bad fight for them, but there's definitely...
It's a fight you have to take that way. And now there's going to be a fight in return. Eurus going to be dragged in a little bit here. Stun turnaround. Fada, he only just got back up. Give the man a break. Heck. Magnus will go down as well.
Alliance, they definitely realize what they have to do as they go instantly for that fight, because there's no big ultis on the side of ViCi Gaming.
Diffusal. But Xiao Yu.
They don't do it properly. That's the issue. And now you... Like that's not a kill.
No, they had an opportunity with the overall odds, but they didn't realize the damage was that high as they moved out. It seems Alliance, in some ways, they're a little bit hesitant, especially after that move mid backfired the way it did. Yes, you get all those ultimates out. Yes, you get pressure in return, and you drag ViCi's attention there. But the problem is, like, with that tier 1 tower still standing, with the lack of towers that Alliance has right now, they feel pretty naked on the map.
ViCi Gaming that just looks like a team that executes their team fights and their strategy a bit faster and better at the moment. Alliance, they're definitely shaken up by this, and they are trying to smoke up and make something happen on the map.
Yeah, they're going to try and shake things up by entering on a DY. 33 can move in for an easy duel win.
This is not what you hoped for.
No,
like,
it's something,
but
Legion, it's
Legion,
measly. At least you get the damage, right? If you're a Legion, like 30 damage at this stage in the game is a lot for a Legion. It feels good. And that will actually pivot later on. You know, we talked about the way these lineups work. The Gyrocopter really is going to end up the late game damage. No one else able to help him. Whereas Alliance, you know, at this rate, if they keep getting dual wins like that, Legion Commander will be the third core that dishes out a lot of physical, because you will still have the exorcisms from Limp. And of course that Juggernaut, who continues to farm, and he's going to grab the top net worth spot in a second. So not too bad.
When you're empowered, you can definitely farm quite a lot, and you farm fast even versus heroes with built-in farming abilities such as Gyrocopter. Especially when you're a Jug, you have a lot of movement speed with phase boost drums, and you can fight all the time. Plus, it's very unlikely that you can die in team fights, as you have you have a built-in BKB, and that's why Nico Baby is 2-0-3 at the moment, doing really well, even though his teammates aren't really putting up a stellar performance, as they're 8k behind as a team.
No, and this is the kind of double-edged sword when it comes to mag drafts. You are all about one, and now jump in on a 33. It's all about him. Trying to kill him off quick enough. They're going to drop the rock, connects on a 3, but 33 press the attack, trying to run away. Home missiles coming in. RP, turnaround opportunity. Stun coming out, though. They're going to blow one up. Jug is gone. They haven't got the damage anymore. Limp's going to move in anyway with the Exorcism, but the slow coming out from the upheaval. DY waits long enough and backs up. Limp now needs to escape, but he's used his ultimate. They've already lost 3, and he might be the 4th for this rate. They're going to stomp him down. Rocket Barrage, full up, stun is good. They get the kill. Only one walking away alive is Fada, because he went bot to get the runes.
Alliance lost 4, and we just talked about Nico Baby and how well he was doing. And there we go, you lose the last one. Instantly into the pit. Team wipe usually allows you to go into Roshan and take him down, but that's basically ViCi Gaming just realizing where their strengths lay and utilizing their heroes and their team fighting potential a little bit better, a little bit faster, catching Alliance off guard. And all their smokes, they make sense. Like, look at this team fight over here. It's next to the Roche. It's also next to their wards, so they have perfect vision on Alliance. They can initiate properly. They can team fight properly. Meanwhile, Alliance, they smoke up without any vision. They move on the left side of the map where they have no objectives to take afterwards, and they find a Warlock. The smoke of Alliance versus this smoke is basically smoke of desperation versus smoke of strategy. And ViCi Gaming, they pull out ahead even further now, 12k ahead, while Alliance, they're struggling. They need to find a way to make their Juggernaut work. They need to find a way to make Nico Baby work in these team fights, but that Decrepify is a thing that's messing with him quite a lot.
This feels like one of those examples where it's not what we'd like to see from Alliance. We talk a lot about the hyper-aggression. They're very good at doing that in the early moments of the game. But when you look back at this draft and you think about what this has given them, it's one of those classic Magnus drafts where it's like, yeah, our lanes are weak as hell. We'll just bounce back later. And it doesn't maybe pivot into their best strengths. Like, you like to see Hanskin on these playmaking type heroes. Yes, Magnus can do that, but not from an early point. And you also like the rest of the team to be able to play around with the map quickly, because that's one of the things Nico Baby gets a lot of credit for, is he always understands his timings, he always understands his early participation as a core. But when you're a Magnus Jug lineup, you think about going to fight, and then you look at the creep camps and you go, that's a lot of gold over there. I'm like a makeshift alchemist right now.
There's another smoke instantly coming from ViCi Gaming. Their mid lane is in a perfect position to take down Limp first and then perhaps a team fight afterwards. But they need to wait Gyro, they need to clump up together for the opportunity to blow a target up. If they just go as 3, they won't get a kill. So it's good that they approached mid lane with a little bit of reserve.
Alliance are reluctant here. They understand they should be holding the high ground, but at the same time they're not sure they want to fight. They commit now though, the smoke's coming out. Nico Baby has the Omni
smoke.
Flash.
This is a good smoke to go from behind and catch him off guard, but the positioning is really good from Lion.
EYW, look at this. He breaks the smoke. They jump in. Inkswell comes out. Stampede again. Wait, Magnus blows up straight away, though. X isn't already being used. The rock's going to be dropped. And the failed bond's moving around. Will allow him to kill off Fada. Lim going to be chased on 2 next. Trying to stay alive with Spirit Siphon. Omni Slash coming out. The damage is big. Maybe they get 1 down. Eurus is going to go down. The Aegis have been popped. Nico Baby spins forward. Looking at Xiao Yu next. He might be able to get close enough to clip this kill, but the stomp might be available. Nico Baby, he fluffs it. It goes too early. Nico Baby does get the kill now. They need to get Eurus out in one piece. Limp with the Inkswell chase to 4. DY might be the final casualty for ViCi Gaming.
There's the crab fight. He will not fall. They let him go because he also reached high ground and your exorcism is running out, so you just have to move back. Jug had a couple of good Omni Slash attacks there. And overall for Alliance, the fight wasn't horrible. Fata is the only one that was forced into a buyback. Magnus, considering that he died instantly without popping his RP off, that fight went very well for Alliance. Now, if you're ViCi Gaming,
you don't feel happy about this, right? You used the rock, and they still have the RP.
You don't feel too happy because your Gyro has Aghanims and drums, and he's tanky, but he's not super tanky. Once he has that Satanic, it will be much easier for him to sustain himself. And this time he did die, but he had Aegis, so it wasn't as big.
Needs some help up here. Nico be able to spin and TP out as ViCi rotate the entire team to try and punish. Meanwhile, Ori, he stays behind to get a solo kill on Fada.
Top lane Centauri is caught, Magnus is caught in the end, and Hansken will be brought down here by
no help, no
3
team.
of them. Yeah.
Well, Ori's making solo plays around the map here. 33, he's ready to duel because he's got reinforcements coming in. It won't be a duel win, but Ori is definitely going to die here. Stampede. The Ulls comes out. Where are you going, little boy? You're going back to the orphanage. See you later. Lot of gold. Lim just got almost 800 gold from that kill.
It was a interesting, peculiar play by Ori there. I guess he was thinking that they might be around the top lane, defending.
I think he got
that's why he did
kind
that
of overconfident as well, right? Like, he just got 1 kill. He's like, oh, this is easy. I'm just going to distract from the rest of my team.
Yeah, definitely. It happens. And instead of that, instead of decrepifying the Legion and running away, he decrepifies her and starts the suck. And that's never going to work. 3-3 just duels him. Yeah. They also have the Shrine there that they can port to. So that Prophet is there, Jug is there, and Ori just feeds away his life, which is a very expensive one. He gives 800 gold to Limp almost.
Definitely. You know, it's not that he sucks in this game, it's that he's overfeeling his net worth advantage. Because it's not often you look in a Pugna game and you look at the net worth chart with a Gyro and a Jug in the game, and you've got a Pugna with a solid lead at the top. It's now disappearing. But you can understand why he feels confident enough to make that type of play. It's the reason he went for this big blast you down Dagon build. But that should be the reset, right? That you have that moment, it happens to the best players, and you're like, okay, calm down, reset. I need to just get it together and play with the team next time. I'm not a one-man army. However, I say that as Ori is in the top lane, all alone again.
He's very fast.
He is
indeed. This skill will not happen. Legion Commander is following up, but there's no blink, no mobility. So he'll be able to get out. If you are a Grimstroke, you have to start in a different way there on him. Like, you can't just throw off Inkswell and hope for the best.
No, it's definitely. You know, if Hansken's leading on 33, it's different, because you probably would RP for that Pugna alone at this stage. It's worth it. He's spent a lot of time on the sideline. All in all, though, 2.5 minutes until Roche might come up, and you can already see that Alliance are starting to posture around this area, probably getting ready to go for a ward run soon, but the pressure is coming in the bot lane from ViCi. This base looks a little bit too empty. Carts are coming in. Let's do a little bit damage to the tower. Force them back to base.
They have perfect vision around Radiant base. If you're ViCi Gaming, you're pretty much playing with full info on where Alliance is. If you're Alliance, you're playing with almost no info. You just know that they're somewhere in your jungle. You have pretty poor vision, and that's because the sentry that they planted outside of their base almost clips the ward, but not really.
No, it's just a little bit of tickle off there.
It almost looks like it's in range.
Yeah, it's a deceptive view, especially with these pretty looking wards. And some of these wards are very good. Usually, you kind of like, we can sit there and go, this seems a little bit obvious, but you didn't see them sneak in on this bot lane ward, for example, because they hid behind the tree. It's a perfectly placed ward.
And pretty much because of these wards, you know that if Alliance are not bottom or mid, you know that they sneaked out towards top lane. And look at that smoke. That smoke was good. It's a good plan by Alliance, but usually that only works if they don't know where you are. Sadly for Alliance, ViCi Gaming, they have a good general idea about where Alliance is, and that most likely they think this. They think they're around the shrine.
Yes.
And they won't be wrong in a second or two, as Jug is leading the way.
DY may have just put his team into a false sense of security because they went for the D ward here, so they might not realize just how close Alliance is.
Alliance with that one ward did scout him out.
Yeah, and he didn't get the D ward either because he was looking for the typical location, but Fada was wise to it. And right now, you can already feel ViCi looking for a DD. They're like, Roche is coming up soon. If a double damage spawns when it does, either team could just completely decimate the other.
There's a full smoke coming from ViCi Gaming. There's a blink online.
Nico baby.
Shit. Oh.
Oh no. He hexes. Oh.
You jump sometimes. You hex the creep. Happens to tier 1 teams, as you can see, guys. So next time you get flamed in your chat, in your game, just show them this replay. Happens. Or show them Soshka stunning a boar.
Oh, they missed the stun. Fada's going to be fine. Xiaoyu's chasing in with the Stampede now. We'll get rid of Fada straight away. The Hex is going to come on a 33 next. Stuns him up long range. Just the tip, and now the Rock's hit's dropping free. In the trouble. Obviously, that's going to come out straight away. Buyback from the Legion, trying to get in quick enough. Blimp goes in deep. The BKB X's him. All the targets to work with, going for the Warlock first, and next on the Gyrocopter. In the meantime, Xiaoyu separated from his team. Out of mana, out of life, out of time. He will go down. The movement in the RP. Beautifully done. Nico baby looking to follow up now. Going to stay alive. Limp getting low. Will burn out though. Eurus, he's just doing too much. This Gyrocopter is out of control. He's going to chase him down. Nico baby maybe next to full. Decrepify trying for the TB, the life drain, and the Hex, ensure that he dies. And 33 not running back to base, running to the side shot because he doesn't even have a TP anymore.
Ori is just winning them these team fights. Overall, Centaur had a good initiation there with the stun, but Ori is making everything happen, everything tick with his spam usage of the Decrepify. Also a really good fight for him to make, as he had that arcane rune running, so he blasted people with that Dagon multiple times. Whale was used multiple times, and the Decrepify, most importantly, saved Gyro from the Jug. And then after that Omni Slash is done, after the spin is done, it's on Gyrocopters. Like, he just destroys everything.
Yeah, he's just like, everyone hop on this this rig. We'll go for a ride on my gyro. Nothing to stop us here. And I think the thing to highlight here is Alliance, the way they're forced to take these fights because of ViCi's positioning. You saw it, right? Omni Slash on one side, Exorcism on the other. They're not able to concentrate their firepower to eliminate one member of ViCi straight away. And that is costing them dearly in these fights. And it's already costing their base a decent amount, as they will lose the tier 3 bot.
They lost one tier 3.
The
Now it's for ViCi Gaming to just go and take down the shrines. They're one lane up. That mid lane melee Rax is gone.
Look at the range Rax. One little tickle will bring it down now, 10 HP. And Roshi is up, by the way. So ViCi, as you said, probably take out those shrines. And you can already see Alliance, they prioritize this. They go, okay, we need to get around the Roche pit right now. This is do or die. They know this net worth lead is getting debilitating. In fact, it's up to 20,000 for ViCi. Not really what you had in mind when you drafted a Magnus Juggernaut lineup. Very typical of a Juggernaut game, right? When you're behind the net worth, you feel it more than most heroes.
He's building into a Maelstrom next, deciding that he needs a little bit more of that magic damage output. Mjolnir is definitely a good pickup for him, as it gives him some more attack speed too, but
it punishes a BKB-less lineup, right? Like, it's your only play here.
It's great. Yeah, it punishes BKB-less lineup, but there will be a butterfly completed on Jug by the time he gets there, so
yes,
maybe something like an MKB would be a better option, but
it's one of those games where the Jug has to sit there and go, okay, I have to just maximize damage in Omni Slash. It's nice that you've got the Skadi, but we've seen what happens afterwards anyway. It doesn't make a difference. He can still die. He needs to get an Omni Slash that instantly kills someone. Maybe 2 would be the preference. And, well, things are going to quiet down for the moment as both teams realize what's at stake here. Eggs in the cheese. You give it to Alliance, there's going to be the buffer to get them back in this game and start taking those towers. Give it to ViCi, it's going to be the final nail in the coffin of Alliance.
they are just itemizing really well on the side of ViCi Gaming. They understood what they have to do and they're doing it. Itemizations are on point. If you look at Ori, he has that A on disc, Lion has one too. So as long as these guys don't get blown up instantly in one duel or one Omni Slash, the team fight is going to be incredibly hard for Alliance, even though they are positioning themselves really well. And this might be their choice. This might be their chance because they're positioned really well around Nico Baby. But at the same time, ViCi Gaming, they understand that perfectly. And they also understand that they don't have to rush up that hill. Instead, they will take a little bit of an easier approach straight into the Raxes on the bottom lane.
And now Alliance have to rush back. By the time they get here, the melee racks will already be gone is the problem. They're going to move him with a spin straight away. Trying to slow down Eurus a little bit here, but he's protected by the Lotus Orb. And he's going to take the range racks as well. Black Cannon doing a lot of damage here also. In fact, Fada almost going down. Exorcism's going to be used. Jump in with the BKB. Limp chasing in, but Gyro, he's just right-clicking him down right now. He needs to get more Spirit Siphons out. They're going to turn around on Eurus right now, but they can barely actually put a dent into him. He's still got the Satanic to work with if he gets a little bit too low. Hex, Nico Baby, does get the Omni Slash out. RP, follow up as well. Looking good. Going to bring him down. Gyro Cop, the death for 90 seconds. Centaur might go down as well. He's just about gone. And now Pugna, Aeon Disc is going to be proc. Silence follow up as well. He's leashed to the Golem. I don't know if this is a doggy in his own or the other way around. He's going to blink out just in time with the Decrepify, so they won't find him, but they may still be able to go straight for the Roach Pit now because Gyro's gone for 70.
Gyro's gone for 70, and they have to make something happen out of that. They just lost another side. If they didn't lose that side and they took the fight, that could have been good for them. But this way, you're 2 sides down. It's not the end of the world. It's not too bad for Alliance, but they didn't get a whole lot. And look at this. They're also wasting a lot of time taking down this tier 1 on the mid lane. It's not a waste of time because you need to take it down.
You can't go Roche before that.
Tier 1 definitely allows ViCi Gaming to respawn and get to the Roche a bit easier, but...
Oh, they definitely won't get there now, though. The DD, the infamous DD in front of the pit. Which means Aegis and Cheese in the hands of Alliance, a much-needed buffer for them. They've started to bring that net worth down a little bit, but it's still a long way to go. Likely they take this, go straight back to base, take control of those 2 lanes, and ensure that the side of ViCi cannot get into their base.
Yeah, they will have the Cheese to work with as well. The Vlads on 3-3 is an item that we haven't really mentioned way too much. That item definitely helps out the Jug quite a lot too. It's all about buffing this beast up, and we talked about his item build earlier when he had Mjolnir queued up. He changed it into the MKB as soon as he saw the Butterfly on Gyro, and that's definitely a much better option for him. I'm happy that he did that for his own sake, obviously. And this game is definitely still in ViCi Gaming's hands.
But it got a little interesting now.
They're 18k ahead, but there are plays that Alliance can make to bring it back to at least the even grounds.
Yes.
If you manage to catch that RP again the same way.
Which they have in 10 seconds, so ViCi may get punished for this over-aggressive play. Jump in. Hex gonna come out, looking on the limb. Finger down to half HP. Dagon as well. It's close, but he eats the cheese. Now the turnaround opportunities there. Hanscom pushed away from his team. Pops the air on this. Limp going in deeper. BKB to stop the stop from affecting him. Stampede's gonna come out though. The silence was too late.
If these 2 get out, it's all right. It's not too bad for, yeah. Warlock is out, so is Centaur, I believe. Doesn't have a TP, but he should be fine. ViCi Gaming, they're fine with this. They just forced every single member of Alliance to go back to the bottom lane. And they're playing versus Aegis and Cheese. They also forced the Cheese out. Yeah, killing that Prophet, killing Limp was the play. That was the plan, but it didn't really... the plan didn't work.
You minimize your losses.
But they minimized their losses, exactly. Lion is the only one that fell. And also, they got something out of it. And that something is a little bit of map control. However, Gyro is in vision. He needs to be careful. Once they use that RP, it's very important for DUI to counter it with his rock.
But if they get the Omni Slash out, the rock suddenly becomes useless unless you can stack more heroes on top of Eurus. And Nico Baby,
DUI?
He has got the Omni. He's ready to rock. In fact, he almost has a nullifier now. This is the big item that could turn it around because we saw how much time an Aeon Disc, for example, bought that line. He wasted a lot of the core members of Alliance's time. That's why Limp was chasing alone. Now Limp wants to hit on some towers. He does have the Exorcism level 3. He wants to try and force a fight on top of it, though. Xiao Yu has got the Stampede for 10. We'll be able to get away, though.
There's the load sword prevents Nico Baby from even thinking about going in with Omni Slash. Obviously, you're playing versus a Pugna 2, so you can't do that. And they move back. Overall, it's on ViCi Gaming to delay it a little bit. They can fight if they see the right opportunity to do so. But they don't have to. Just defending and waiting for that Aegis to expire is probably the best option for them.
A little bit spooky. Xiao Yu blinks away before they can jump him. They do get the tower, and they'll probably move towards top, maybe try and get another tier 2. But this looks like it's a fake back opportunity. But ViCi won't bite.
very unlikely that ViCi are going to go and bite that bait, go for that kill, go for that push up to high ground, because they're very disciplined about the way they move across the map.
However, they see a target again. Alliance, Inkswell, Limp, ready to move in.
That's
Got the
the
blink
bait.
there, Xiao Yu, he used the Stampede. He might be in trouble here though. They don't go for the duel. Instead, they're going to use him up. He's going to come down, slow down still, but Limp has used the BKB. He has to back out.
I just have to commend Warlock and his patience in this fight. I have to say that it's really good from him to not drop that rock, even though he had like 5-man bonds there. So many different players would just go in instantly and follow up with rock and then force their whole team in a really bad situation. I think this rock should be used as counter initiation, and that's pretty much all. Use it.
You
to
hold
break,
it. The fact you maybe have it is even worse than using it actively in this type of game right now, right?
Just use it to break Blade Fury
big
from
combo.
Juggernaut once he comes on. That RP always has to be followed by Jug, and if Jug is stopped by the rock, that buys you a few extra seconds perhaps for Gyro to pop his Satanic and start fighting. So it's
Which, by the way, Gyro has a DD, Satanic, Basher in his backpack right now, and the Aegis runs out in 30 seconds.
And the most important thing that this Gyro has got is his teammates, because friends are the most important thing in life, Pigeon.
It's beautiful. That's why I like to cast for you.
In this particular game, one of his friends has fatal bonds, and these fatal bonds will make Gyro hit much harder than he usually does.
It's kind of messed up, isn't it? You know, you're talking about the bonds of friendship, and then there's this bond that causes fatality.
That's the point. That's the point.
That friendship can be deadly as well as wonderful.
Yeah, for your enemies. If you have good friends.
Well, we might get to see the power of friendship. ViCi moving in towards the high ground. Limp is guarding, has the BKB and the Exorcism. They walk down, but that's not the optimal target. It's hard to burst him down at this point.
You probably don't want to go there.
No.
And they instantly smoke up, move back, go for the shrine. It's an easy target as well. The smoke has passed. You don't want to go uphill. Definitely next to an active shrine, you don't. So
even the power of friendship cannot overcome the high ground advantage.
Exactly.
I've seen enough Star Wars reruns to know that. Instead, things will calm down. So, Roche may be up again in 2.5 minutes. It's important that Alliance, before that point, get control of the bot lane that's pushing in again.
It's a very difficult situation for them when it comes to taking Roche, because they're 2 sides down. So mid lane has to be outpushed and the bottom lane. And if someone is out pushing bot, well, they're not in the Roche fight. And it makes it a little bit easier for ViCi Gaming to take a fight around there. Do they have any travels? They don't have any travels on the Alliance, so whoever is on the bottom lane will find it hard to rejoin the fight around the pit. However, one good thing is, though, ViCi Gaming, they were a little bit too eager to take down Raxes before they took down all the shrines. And because of that, the top shrine is a massive strategical checkpoint for Alliance. If they lost this shrine earlier, the game would be much easier for ViCi Gaming and much harder for Alliance. However, ViCi Gaming, they kind of skipped their steps and
Prices to pay when that happens.
Yeah, the game is a little bit harder now.
And also, we might see Booster travel soon from 33, because he's got a lot of gold stacked up, and he hasn't bought anything yet. In fact, almost 2,000 in surplus. He goes to the Blink, though. A respectable choice. Realizing, if I can just duel the Warlock, we're not scared anymore. If I can just duel anything, I can have my worth. Meanwhile, on the side of ViCi, what is the next big pickup? What is really left? What does a true carry need? Well, he wants to complete his Mjolnir, and we're not at Divine Rapier territory. If you're in this game, you're ViCi. Maybe that's what you're looking at afterwards, but you go, Moonshard's probably more likely here. We don't need extra damage right now.
You can get Rapiers later on if the game looks really hairy, but right now you don't really want to.
It's more risk than worth. Now they jump in, the RP comes out straight away. The rock going to be dropped though. Jarkov, leash on to him, and the Golem moving forward on the Nico Baby, who would be able to move away quick enough. But Hanskin, he's actually up on the cliff at the moment. The Stampede will retreat them out. PYW needs to leave with DY quickly. Nico Baby.
They're going for Death Prophet.
They are, because Limp gets bashed up on the side. He ran the Exorcism, and now he needs to run away.
Now they retreat
because
no. There is the Exorcism that has been used. So both sides using quite a lot of ultimates, big ultimates. On one side the Rock, on the other the Exorcism. Omni Slash is still there though. And you can see that I think Alliance should be happy with how that went, considering they initiated very separately.
They won't be happy with this though, Liz. 15 seconds till Roche is up. Worst case scenario for Alliance, this quick spawn.
Not necessarily. On one side you don't have RP, on the other you don't have rocks, so
We don't have Exorcism as well though, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much on even grounds besides the Exorcism. The Exorcism is definitely a big one. That Prophet not having that to work with could put a dent in Alliance's team fighting capabilities.
And that means there's even more onus on catching Gyro far out of position. If you get a solo Omni Slash, you probably kill him before you can heal up, but they have the means to close the distance. You know, even if you're Xiao Yu and you're far away, you'll probably blink on top of the Gyro just to share the damage and ensure he doesn't die. As I mentioned, you will have the Stampede in 15 seconds, and it looks like Alliance have to forfeit what's going to happen here. In fact, they bait themselves in going for an illusion. That'll ensure that ViCi managed to get their hands on the Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard here.
They will pick it up, and the game will be, well,
not over, but definitely on the ropes. Alliance, they're going to have to pull out a miraculous hold here.
what can they even do? Let's see. There's going to be a Refresher Shard picked up, Cheese on Centaur, Aegis obviously on Gyrocopter. If you're Alliance, like you have to find a way.
Strike.
Like right now, if you're a team that's in a position such as this one, you can do two things: GG out, or try to somehow fight this next team fight and kill the Gyro without using any big ultimates, so that you can take him out the second time with your big ultis. But it's much easier said than done. Let's see.
Inkswell, Gyrocopter spinned onto as well, stunned up, down to half HP already. The Nullify means he can't help the Satanic. It's running out soon, the stun in return. Now looking on Nico, baby. Can they get him null off? Yule's coming out, Soulbind linking him with the Centaur. Now the Abyssal, turn around, Nico, baby. Down to half HP, but they can't kill him off. Aegis is gone, Omni Slash, Xiao Yu bounces across. No! Nico, baby, worst case scenario for the Juggernaut's ultimate. Now they jump in. RP, Gyrocopter, second time, skewers him away. They may have got him far enough out. With the Nullify, he can't do anything but die. He's down. Rock gets dropped. Dual controllers out into Pugner as well. Ori next on the hit list. And Nico, baby, he can't find it. Blink away in time. They'll clean up the Rock, and Alliance are holding.
There you go. That's it. That's what they had to do. That Skewer Inkswell combo with the Jug was perfect to take down the Gyro without wasting any big ultis. And then after he respawns, you have the Death Prophet ulti. Omni Slash was whiffed there. Wasn't really that necessary to be used in such a manner, but Alliance, they do hold, they find the right way to approach that team fight, but most importantly, I think they punished ViCi Gaming's lack of discipline. If you are ViCi Gaming, ROTK, is he still the coach? Because he's going to be really angry. You can't just...
Quite possibly. You know what, it's one of those scenarios, it's where you've been going through the battlefield, and you know how people like kick or they like stab the corpses to see if they're still alive, and you get to one body that you ignore, and that's the guy that's still alive and jumps up behind you and just finishes you off. And great discipline from Alliance, perfect use of the spells, and this just shows you how much an item like Nullifier especially can change the outcomes of games, because while it is 19k net worth lead now for ViCi, that's a wake-up call. Right now, they realize any other slip-up like that, it could cost you so much now.
You just have to play your team fights properly, and you can't push high ground versus a team that's as good as Alliance and hope for the best. You can't just hope for the best. You have to give it your best and then, you know, proceed into this push. And your best is usually in these kind of situations a pick off or two. You go on the side, you find someone. After you find someone, then you go to high ground. You force them to use their buybacks. You put them out of their comfort zone. When you're on the high ground, the most important thing that you have got going for yourself is vision, like they see them right now.
Yeah, and ViCi on the low ground here, moving away. Nico Baby chases in, Hex comes out, blink forward. They didn't actually connect though. Able to move away in time, Stampede will ensure they escape. And that long-range stun will not land on Olymp. He is fast enough.
Legion Commander still hiding in the pit.
Apparently no one reminded either of these teams that Roche isn't going to be up for at least another 4.5 minutes.
It's all about taking map control and high ground presence. That's why they're fighting around here. Obviously, ViCi Gaming, they want to pass on to the Radiant side of the map.
Yeah, this is also neutral ground, right? This is World War I's no man's land, because everyone in this game has buyback, so you're just trying to pivot any advantage. Even if it's a support pickoff, if you can then roll that into a buyback, that gives you a win condition on either side. And smoke from Alliance.
Smoke. They will run into gyrocopter first, it seems, and this could be huge for them.
Jump in, Exorcism activate. You also control him up, get the rest of the team here. Skewer back as well. Gyro pretty deep, trying to punish that greed with no BKB. The drop gets dropped, trying to turn around, nullify. Omni says no, he gets in in time.
No
The Glimmer
vision.
Cape save. The stop coming out with Alliance. They're still fighting up against this. Limp has all the Spirit Siphons running with the Exorcism. They'll be able to bring down DY at this rate, but he's so tanky. Finally, he will fall. Duel on the side to make sure Pugna can't assist those. Limp's BKB runs out.
Gyro.
Turns around, nullify. Gyro. Will he go down? Nico Baby has to move away from the golems. Long range stun. Press the attack to protect. Glimmer Cape means that the Dagon does no damage, and well, what's going to happen now? Xiao Yu, that's a bit greedy going back in. Can they punish it though? Nullify slows him down. Will allow them to kill off the Centaur, so 2 fallen. The buyback comes out of the Warlock. Will they keep him alive? Centaur lives. Homer Missile chasing in return. Eurus trying to fight here on Nico Baby. If they get the stun, he's already used the spin. They need to protect him right now. Glimmer Cape, RP,
Great RP.
trying to save them right now. They jump in, but no, Magnus has to leave. They need to leave him behind. They're going to follow through. Fada caught in the river as well, but everything to ensure that Nico Baby lives, and barely does he at 200 HP.
And that RP catches so many, but they're not in place. They're not.
He couldn't turn around.
Yeah, Jug cannot be there. To
You
hit
wish
them.
you could, because that's a
so
winning RP.
That's so unfortunate right there. And now they just move on to the high ground to push it, as you don't have Magnus, you don't have
33.
RP.
Duel coming in on Ori alone. Stomp to try and slow us down, but Soulbind and Silence will link up together, so Nico Baby can go party on the other side of the fight. Limp moves out as well. They're on the Warlock. He did buy back. Can't afford to go down this quickly. Gyro soloed out again. 33 zoned them away. They were getting low, but the Dagon, 33. Barely lives. Get out life drain range just in time. It's the Abyssal. That's Inkswell. Spin. Nico Baby gets stunned up though. Eurus will get stunned in return. Nico Baby gets up to the high ground. The buyback comes out as 33 did not manage to make it out of there in one piece. And now they come into the base. They're knocking at your door. What's your response? Dagon moves in, gets him low. Juggernaut, press the attack just in time. No, the finger! The long range buyback comes out. Now it gets risky, a little bit frisky. Limp has to buy back as well as he goes down, but Eurus still has not been addressed. He's in your base. The upheaval will cover him. Nico Baby, no Omni Slash for 25 seconds. They want to go, but they need to wait. They just need to slow this down. Can't afford to lose the melee racks like this, but Eurus will not leave with anything less. And they will get both. And that will be Mega Creeps for ViCi secured.
That will be more. They're not leaving. At least not right now. Magnus is still dead for 9 seconds.
But they have to respect the ultimates. They're coming soon. Nico Baby has it in 5. Same for Limp. They're trying to end this right now. This might bite them in the butt if they're not careful. Soulbind links 2 together. Moving in. BKB, Limp, chasing, silence out. Exorcism as well. Omni Slash, bounce across, brings one down, turns around the duel, finds the other. Gyro's dead. Xiao Yu can't end the game for him. He's going to fall as well. And now it gets a little bit shaky. ViCi will get their supports out at least. But they did commit some buybacks before. And what have they got left? Gyro, the most important one. Pugga, all their cores on ViCi still have buybacks. And Alliance need to force them.
They still have buybacks, they have mega creeps to work with, so if you're on the side of Alliance, you need to find a way to outpush every single lane and also push in. With Jug and Dead Prophet, you can definitely do that. Dead Prophet's ulti, however, is problematic. It's not there yet. Maybe he can sell an item and buy that refresher, or just continue out pushing. Also, one big thing that they do not have is Travels. Travels nowhere near on Magnus, Travels nowhere near on Limp. So when you're up against Megas, that's one of the items that will really make your game a little bit easier. As Nico Baby now is pushing mid, and he can definitely take down a tower alone. He's protected by Legion Commander, but he needs his teammates.
And they need to stop this upheaval.
Now they're converging. They're coming towards the Jug.
But this is scary, right? That upheaval alone, you sit there, you go, okay, I can spin in and hit the tower, but how the hell do I get out? And they're doing such a good job of wasting his time.
That Aghanim's from Lion is a problem already. You can see it.
Moving in. Limp can't clip onto the line, though. They at least get tier 3 tower. They'd like to be able to get racks before they have to leave, but it's 20 seconds till the gyro's up, and you can't leave this too tight. Jump in, 33. Nope, does get the duel out this time. Ori has gotten wise here. It's like, not again. This might be the lead point. If you stay, this could be punished. They have Stampede. Centaur's up. 5 seconds till gyro. Stun is out onto Nico. Baby press the attack is already used. Now the rock follow-up. Zap him down with a finger. Juggernaut getting low. Stop. BKB just in time. Limp has to cover the escape. Nullifier. They're chasing out with the Warlock. He says, kill me, please. Just hit me. I want to explode. And Nico Baby, he says no. TP away just in time. No bashes in range to make his day worse. But Fada, however, gets left behind. He has no buyback. Will die off.
That's the gem as well, but no one cares about that gem anymore. Oh, Impale almost not really there yet.
Just trying for the tickle.
Yeah, he had to be a little bit closer. Impale is a weird one. Like, it gets more range if you don't select the target, but not that much range. Even with the Aether Lance, it's just not good enough. So
now
they go straight towards mid. The
Exactly. There's a piece of good news, though, for Alliance, and that's that the Roche wasn't up, so it's not like you have to kill him twice. However, you have to go now. The duel's going to come out straight on the wall up, but no, they can't do anything to Crep to protect him. Now the RP, they turn around. Omisash, looking good! Going to bring them down! Gets another one. Gyro left alone, going to try and heal up and fire up against this. He might be able to this late into the game. Nico, baby, trying to protect himself with a spin, but they stun him up. He turns around. PYW, Aeon Disc gets proc. Looks like he's going to go down. Nico, baby, popped out and dead. No way back into this.
GG.
The GG comes out. They achieve it. Gyro is able to carry the game to a victory for ViCi, and Alliance, despite their best efforts, lose game 1.